What's up, everyone? Hope you guys are all having a good weekend. It's Saturday, breaking down some injury report news here, going game by game, taking a look at the questionables, the probables that have been on the injury list during the week, what to expect coming up Sunday, so you're not surprised come Sunday morning. Looking at Saints Eagles, nothing on the Saints side. It's looking pretty clean, although a couple guys listed, Marcus Colston and Brandon Cooks listed, but everything was fine there. So nothing to really worry about. And it's the same goes for the Eagles side, which is a nice surprise. So that game is fairly clean. Nothing to really worry about. Bears Chiefs, we are taking a look at Jay Cutler, first of all. Questionable limit participant in practice, but he's been practicing, to a certain point. He played last week. You didn't expect him to be 100% healthy coming in this week anyway, so it's fine. Alshon Jeffrey likely going to be out. Had a little bit of practice this week, but did not practice Friday, which is a major concern. I don't like his looks this coming up week. Eddie Royal, kind of the same thing as Jay Cutler. Been banged up, but you know what? He played last week. Likely going to play this week. He's been a limited guy anyway, and they're down to such a bare bone of wide receivers there in Chicago. They're not going to really risk it having Eddie Royal be a full go anyway. Looking at the Chiefs, nothing to worry about there. Everyone healthy. Seahawks and Bengals. Marshawn Lynch already ruled out, so that's nice. We don't have to worry about him popping out in the middle of a game, like he did a couple weeks ago. He's going to be out again. Fred Jackson did not participate in practice, but there are reports that he will play. Still questionable, high ankle sprain. You can't like his chances anyway, even if he does give it a go. Expect Thomas Rawls to be the guy this week, although I don't have any faith in him run the ball in Cincinnati's defense, and with that offensive line just doesn't look good. Bengals clear to go, no real worries there. Redskins and Falcons, we're getting close to Deshaun Jackson coming out, but he is out. Jordan Reed concussion is out, so those two are both gone. Kirk Cousins, not many options there to throw to. It's going to be probably a lot of Pierre Garcon. Going to see Thompson out of the running game, Jones as well. But other than that, it's going to be a tough week for the Redskins. Julio Jones was on the list, but he's ready to go. He's fine. No worries there. But looking at Tevin Coleman, he is back. The Falcons have named Devonta Freeman their starting running back, but he is supposed to get some looks and take a little bit of carries away, but Freeman should still handle a bulk of the load there. So, pretty good news. Jaguars and Bucks, if Marquise Lee, his hamstring still up if you have somewhere in deeper leagues, but that's a boost to Allen Hurns, who is probable for this week, so no worries there. Julius Thomas questionable, but more on the upside of out for this week, but should be getting closer to return. Tampa Bay Bucks, all the names that you know already, which is pretty much just Austin Seferian and Jenkins, doubtful for this week, still a couple weeks away. Browns Ravens, pretty clean report here. Steve Smith is out for the Ravens. We knew that already. It's just going to be a week-to-week by thing that we saw. Crockett Gilmore, tight end, he is out. Kamar Aiken's probably going to pick up a bulk of the load for Baltimore there, but they should pretty much be leaning heavy on Forsett most of the way. Saw that the Browns are probably going to stack 70 guys inside the box, so it could actually be a pretty nice week for Aiken. Grant Joe Hayden hasn't looked great at all this season if he plays. Looking at other names here for the Browns, it's a lot of defensive guys. Brian Hartline questionable. Nobody that you even own at this point right now. Bills Titans. LaShawn McCoy probably going to be 3 to 4 weeks. Yeah, it's going to be Carlos Williams when he's healthy, but he is out. Expect Haran. He's going to be the guy who probably shoulders much of the load there. Sammy Watkins, a questionable. We keep getting the I don't know if I'm going to play. It's going to be frustrating, but he is one to watch up until Sunday morning. So that is one name so far that's probably going to be a game time decision. Titans clean, nobody to worry about there. Rams Packers. Kenny Britt had a little knee issue during the week, but he's probable, no worries there. Packers, Devontae Adams questionable. I still think he is probably a week away. Expect James Jones to get much of the looks again, and Randall Cobb as well. Really, I'm actually banking on a pretty big Eddie Lacy week. I think that's going to be the case. I think we've seen him, go over 100 in a score, which we haven't seen this season yet. So look for him to have a pretty solid week. Cardinals, all healthy. Andre Ellington's expected back this week. Going to be a clustered backfield moving forward, especially with what we've seen from the success of all three guys so far this season. Lions, Eric Ebron is out, but his timetable is expected to be much shorter. Could give it a go next week. Joyke Bell out, flaring up on the ankle there. Going to see a lot more Theo Riddick and Amir Abdullah, although the matchup is not great against the Cardinals. So I'm staying away from the run game this week, as well as the Lions in general. Pats Cowboys, nobody to worry about on the Patriots side. Of course, it's the Cowboys, who all have their Des Bryant, Tony Romo, Lance Dunbar all out. We know that already, so there's no surprises there. Broncos and Raiders. Nobody really showed up on the injury list for the Broncos, which is always one to keep an eye on because they have some older guys, they have some guys with nagging injuries, but we look to be pretty safe this week. For the Raiders, however, Latavius Murray, fine, probable, ready to go, even though he was listed early in the week with a shoulder issue. Michael Crabtree as well with the ankle, which you saw him come back from last week, so no surprises there. 49ers and Giants. 49ers, nothing to really report outside of Vernon Davis being out. We thought he was going to be back this week, but he is out. As for the Giants, Victor Cruz out. He's got that calf issue. It's going to be something that lingers for a few weeks at least here, so it's probably going to be a difficult situation to read leading into if he moves into that questionable role. Steelers Chargers. I guess the big news is Martavis Bryant, going to be out this week. He tweaked his knee on Monday, didn't practice Thursday or Friday, and likely 90% he's going to be out unless some sort of miracle from what the reports say out of Pittsburgh there. San Diego, pretty banged up. Stevie Johnson did not participate in practice, likely not going to play. Malcolm Floyd was a full participant in practice, but with the concussion issue, it's still a worry. And we are getting Antonio Gates back this week. So without Stevie Johnson, I expect Keenan Allen to see a ton of usage again. Malcolm Floyd being the deep threat that he is, hit or miss always each week. For what it is, it's going to be probably a Gates and Allen show. I love Rivers this week, so it should be a fun Monday night game to watch from both sides, actually. So that's going to wrap it up here for the Week 5 injury report, and good luck.